Julian Assange's supporters believe firmly that this is indeed the last-ditch attempt to avoid Assange being extradited to the US. If convicted over there on 17 counts of espionage, one of the misuse of a computer, he could well face 175 years behind bars. The defence say that he was doing what any journalist would do in possession of sensitive information that could potentially expose war crimes by the United States. Those lawyers acting on behalf of the US authorities say, though, that Assange went beyond what any journalist would do, and he put people working undercover in very dangerous positions indeed. Nevertheless, Amnesty International and indeed members of Assange's family believe that it's not just Assange on trial, but journalism's on trial too.
He did exactly what journalists and publishers do all day, every day. It's their bread and butter, and that's exactly what he did. He did it on a grander scale than we're used to, but it was what was inside that information that exposed these crimes. Reuters journalists being killed by a helicopter gunship that has led to this persecution.
The case has also put relations between countries that are normally allies, Australia, the UK and the United States, under a huge amount of strain. Australian lawmakers last week voting to allow Julian Assange to be released and return to his native Australia if indeed that's what he wants.
A clear majority of Australians, regardless of what they think of Julian Assange, a majority think this has gone on long enough. That it must be brought to an end. You know, 7 years in the Ecuadorian embassy or so, about 5 years in Belmarsh High Security Prison. Even people who have no time for Julian are saying this is ridiculous now.
As his supporters wait for a decision, the fear is that this is essentially Assange's last stand. However, there is one avenue available to him, but it's not in the United Kingdom. It's in Strasbourg, in France, the European Court of Human Rights. That is, of course, if British courts rule that all his attempts at appeal have been completely exhausted. In the interim, though, we understand from Assange's family members that he is unwell, unable to even watch these proceedings online in Belmarsh Prison, where he remains under lock and key in maximum security. Neave, Al Jazeera, London.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.